Good morning, Mr. Jeff here from AKLA in Hudson, Massachusetts. You can check us out at karate4free.com. That's karate, the number 4, and free.com. You can also see the link right here in this video. So we put out these daily live casts to teach different information and give some valuable character lessons and tips for your health and wellness while you're stuck in the house right now during this crisis. Today we're going to start with a bit of a balance exercise, and it starts on the physical level. So I'm just going to lift my leg just enough so I can feel 100% of my weight on my support leg. Now I can keep it as low as I need to, so at any time I can just put it down on the floor. Make sure you have something around you to grab or a person to help you, like a parent, okay, if you're a child. Now I'm just going to kind of reach around and extend it, almost like I'm drawing a circle around myself. Now the first tip I can give you to staying balanced when you're on one leg, don't straighten your knee, because this happens. Bend it just a little bit, just enough so you can catch your balance when you feel it going a little too far in one direction. Now, if you want, lift the knee a little higher, about waist level, and try it. See where you can bring it without losing your balance. And then your hands are the next thing to come into play. They help you feel the space that you're leaning towards, or the angle that your body is moving. Now I'm going to try the other leg, especially if my support leg starts to get sore. You'll find that this becomes an actual good workout for your legs. You'll get similar results as if you were doing leg presses or single leg presses at the gym, just by balancing on one leg and keeping it slightly bent. Now if you can get your knee up to about chest level, try that. A little more challenging, also depends on some flexibility. See where you can find your range of motion, where you might be able to hold your foot. And as I go this way, I want to be careful because it gets dangerous. If you're an experienced kicker, then you'll know that at this point, if you shift your heel, it gives you a little more balance. A little more room to play with. Okay, I can try the other side. Just playing with the range of motion, using my arms and my body to make sure I can regain my balance when I lose it. Now if you want to get into it a little more, you could even bring your leg into your knee. Good resting position. I could even bring it on top of my knee. If I lose my balance, I just go right back to it. Now I'm stretching my legs without even touching them or sitting down. I can even try to bring my foot up and touch it with my hand, or maybe grab onto it and hold it out in different directions. I could grab it this way and hold it up. Or I can hold it up like so. I like when I get it here to let go and see how long I can hold it. So try a few of those out. Now another part of understanding balance is bringing it into the mental side of things. I have to be able to balance everything in my life in order to be developing a practice that I'm benefiting from. For instance, if I'm feeling super lazy today, And I can feel when I'm lazy. I know when I'm lazy because I'm not really trying that hard with anything, right? I just don't feel it today. I'm not motivated. I want to try to balance out that laziness with using a little bit of effort. Putting effort forth might just give me the motivation to get up off the couch and move around. And as I start moving and the blood starts flowing, now I can move on to the next step and take it as far as I'm willing to take it for the day, but feel good about it in the end. On the other side of it, let's say I'm feeling over-energized. I'm always trying my hardest, maybe even a little more than that. And I'm pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. I'm the complete opposite of lazy. I'm overworking myself now. I should probably balance that out with a little bit of relaxation. So going back to any of these basic drills we do, where we go a little slower and focus on the breath in sync with our movement, they also call that mindfulness, mindful moving, mindful meditation, right? I'm focusing on one thing at a time and not getting distracted, slowing down the pace. Now we have a lot of time right now because of this crisis, so you can really develop this practice and get it down to a science before you go back into the real world and put it into practice there. That's where we take all this knowledge you're soaking up, like we talked about yesterday, and finding how to apply it to different experiences so you can gain wisdom and learn from those experiences and develop a new practice every day. Some other things that I could balance in my thoughts, if I am doubting a lot, if I just don't believe, right? I have lots of doubts in my future. I have lots of doubts in my ability to succeed. I have lots of doubts in my ability to learn and grow. I want to balance that out with a little bit of confidence. My teacher has a wonderful saying that I take to heart every time he says it. He says, anytime you say the words, I can't, always finish the sentence with the word yet. I can't yet. I can't do it yet. You have that little mentality, that single thought will give you enough confidence to push yourself a little further when you're having doubts. And one step at a time, you're going to get more and more confident, more and more sure of yourself, and more able to actually apply your knowledge to your experience. Now, it's hard to think about the future. It's very uncertain. So uncertainty can often lead into fear, right? Don't know what's going to happen, so I don't know what decision I should make right now. Well, that's why it comes to developing the practice. Confidence has to come first, like we talked about a couple days ago. But the best way to deal with uncertain times is preparation, practice. You must practice. Whatever it is that you're doing with your life, you have to practice it. You have to get better at it. You have to find ways to do it naturally. So that way you don't have to think about it when you need it. It's just there. Right? A lot of people think that we train in martial arts to fight. That may be true for some people, but for others, it's just a way of life. It's just a physical thing that you do to keep yourself focused, right? So let's say I'm walking through the supermarket, minding my own business, and I go to step into aisle number 3 for toilet paper, and somebody's coming out with their carriage, and I have to do a move real quick to get out of the way without thinking about it. Based on that motion coming in, I reacted to it or acted. Advanced students, think about that, action versus reaction. So there's a lot more going on than just simple kicking and punching and learning how to fight. In fact, we don't train our students how to fight. We train them how to live and how to become successful. We train them how to live a life of balance. So when you're feeling things like fear, anger, maybe even using a little bit of hurtfulness, try to balance those things out with indomitable spirit, self-control, and integrity. So those are 3 of our black belt principles. And when it really comes down to it, confidence is key, but make sure that your confidence isn't so strong and so vibrant that it becomes pride, and that you lose probably the most important black belt principle, modesty. If you're not being modest in every step that you take, in every thought that you have, in every action, then you're probably being a little bit too prideful and maybe confusing pride with confidence. So think about that. I personally believe that it's okay to be proud in other people, but you shouldn't be proud in yourself for too long. Because if you're patting yourself on the back for too long, you have nothing left to learn. You have nothing left to gain and nothing left to do. And that should be scary. Okay? So, lastly, with balance, we have to balance different muscle groups in our body. So we focused a lot on the legs and even somewhat on the extremities, the arms and the legs, right? I want you to focus today on the torso, just the torso. First thing I'm going to do is kind of think about a weightlifter. A lot of people make fun of weightlifters because they're always flexing their muscles and they're doing all this stuff that just looks silly. Why would anybody do that? Well, you should try it, because then you can apply what you think is knowledge, that's silly, to an experience of doing what they're doing. Right? And through that experience, you might learn a thing or two. One thing you might learn is that you're relaxing other parts of your body and tensing up specific muscle groups. Right? So I want you to try that today with your torso. Your torso is the entire part of your body without your arms, from the hips up, and not including your neck. What I want you to do is just keep your head nice and tall, but relax your belly and crouch down. And watch how my shoulders drop. I do it just a little bit. I'm not doing it enough, so I go like this. Just this much. It's like a crunch while I'm standing. And as I do that, I exhale. I can even bring my arms up and pretend I'm doing a crunch. And bend my knees a little bit because I don't want to keep them straight. Now, as I start doing this, I can feel immediately which parts of my abdomen it's activating. I could go to the corners and feel a little bit in the lateral muscles as well. But try that out. And then going back, I feel it up here. Go back and forward. Bruce Lee fans, watch how he does his flexing, just like bodybuilding. But look at the muscles he's developing when he does these movements. Find a stable position and just focus on how your torso feels. See, my arms are completely relaxed, but just like when I'm in the gym, holding on to the rotator, I'm not sure what it's called, but you twist and work your abs with this machine. And you have to crunch down first before you do it. You don't need anything in your arms to do it. If you get into that posture, now I'm working the abdomen. And now if I want to extend the arms with it, I can, because my body is moving in sync with them. Go behind me a little bit. In this case, I'm not pivoting my lower half because I want to feel which parts of my body are being engaged with this movement. You're learning how to balance the difference between working the lower body and the upper body with just simple movement. Okay? So we're going to get into this stuff a lot. And I'm going to reference a lot of these key points when we're doing guided exercises. Sometimes those exercises will be in this morning live cast. Other times for the students, actually, my members, they have access to a library of information, pre-recorded, as well as recorded answers to questions that they ask for the virtual training that they're doing. This is something that I've offered to many of my students in the past. If they've been traveling for work, if they're homesick, If they're just on vacation and not able to come to class, I work with them with the Zoom media app or meeting app, and we have an online platform that they use. Often it was Facebook and email that we were using, but we do have an encrypted, password protected site for our students. So if you're interested in learning more about martial arts, family martial arts, character development training, yoga, or both, give me a call. Check out our website, and we'll get more into these key concepts. It always starts with the character. You start from you as a person, then you assess your goals, and we get those goals down. And then we work with you side by side, step by step, to get to each goal and to face all of the uncertain challenges that happen along the way so they don't get in the way. In fact, I saw this poster on a wall back when I was working at a customer service place. Oh, I'd say this was 2013 when I saw this. It said that what some people see as an obstacle, other people see as a stepping stone. I want you to see this whole situation with you being stuck at home and the kids being stuck at home until May, or worse, not being in school. This is not an obstacle. This is a stepping stone. This is such a unique opportunity for you and your children that you don't even know it yet. So if you want to find out how much of an opportunity it is, I encourage you to check us out at karateforfree.com. I'm looking forward to meeting you and at least seeing you tune into these videos and ask questions. Put in requests. What are some things that you're looking to go over? What are some things that you're looking to talk about? What questions do you have for me? I'm looking forward to meeting you all, and have a great day.